Hi guys, xReticent here, and I know it's been like a month since I've done my last commentary, and probably a couple weeks since my last AC related upload. I've actually been really busy with finishing up the semester, but thankfully I've been done as of last Thursday afternoon-ish. So I should have a little more time right now to do some commentaries and record gameplay, at least for the remainder of this week. It's been a very hectic couple of weeks lately, especially since I'm trying to wrap up a lot of things with the semester, and I've had like 3 papers to write, and then wrapping up senior project, and just finishing up other homework and craft. So all that's all the way. All I have to do right now is focus on graduation, which is later this week. But anyway, all that aside, I know this is like my first commentary in almost a month, and I'm really sorry about that. And this is probably going to be my last commentary for at least the next month or so as well, since I'm going to Europe. I'll be leaving actually not probably, I will really be leaving on the 14th of May. So that's about a week from now. I'll be going around Spain, France, and Italy for the next few weeks or so, and I'll be back around the first week of June. So I will definitely not be around my Xbox or PS3 for that matter. Anyway, for this video, I decided to go back to ACR. I actually originally wanted to play Steal the Artifact or Corruption because those are my favorite FFA modes. But I spent probably like 5 to 10 minutes looking for a match on the Xbox, and I could not find any, and I kept getting thrown into Wanted and Deathmatch. So I just said screw it, and I went with Deathmatch. So this is what you guys get. I'm incredibly rusty with ACR, especially since some of the mechanics are different compared to AC3. Like the stun button and all that, which I'm pretty sure you guys can tell in this video. I'll be honest though, I haven't been playing AC3 as much as I said I probably would. Especially because I've had a lot of semester stuff going on lately, but all that aside, I just really haven't been playing it as much. I'll be honest at this point, I really miss parts of Brotherhood and Revelations compared to AC3. I mean, each of them have their own pros and cons, especially Revelations, which I know a lot of people don't like since it's really buggy. So like in Brotherhood, I really like the normal detection meter because it promoted stealth, which I think is a really big key aspect of the game. But when Revelations and AC3 came out with the reverse detection meter, RDM, it just really didn't promote any stealth, because everywhere you go, I see people running, like in this match especially. But in terms of deathmatch, I think the reverse detection meter should stay because it's a small map. But in terms of keeping the regular detection meter, I think it should personally stay in other modes like Wanted, Assassinate, which I really still can't get into, unfortunately. Another aspect that I really don't like in ACR and AC3 is the ground finish. Like, sometimes it'll take priority over killing, which I've found in a lot of instances. And I mean, it's just an extra 50 points, which I think isn't as useful. But in terms of ACR and AC3, I really like how they have the option to revive your teammates, which I think is really useful compared to Brotherhood, because once you get stunned in Brotherhood, you're just down and useless, and no one can revive you, so you're just lying there. And that's a total time waster in my opinion. But anyway, reviving teammates is a definite pro for me. This also brings up contested kills and honorable deaths, which I really didn't mind at all, although I know a handful of people did. Back when I first played Brotherhood, I really hated the fact that whenever I got killed and I tried mashing B to stun, I couldn't do anything, and I'd get killed for like a ridiculous amount of points, especially with the normal detection meter. I mean, honorable deaths and contested kills are really a pro and a con, so... Brotherhood also has a slightly clunky feeling to it, which I kind of like and dislike at the same time. I mean, I like it because it has a really nostalgic feeling to it. But, I mean, when you're running, it feels like it's just a pain to run because you have to hold down right trigger and A at the same time on the Xbox to run. And in ACR and AC3, I know they eased it up a bit, but I think I prefer how smooth the gameplay is in AC3 and partially ACR compared to Brotherhood. I'm also not a big fan of having 3 abilities in AC3 compared to ACR and ACB. I personally think it's more challenging if we're just left with 2 abilities instead of 3, like 2 abilities in a ranged one, I mean. I know there's been like a lot of bitching lately about how AC4, Black Flag, should definitely get rid of the throw-in ability. And I'm starting to kind of agree with that. I mean, when I first played AC3, I really didn't mind having the thrown ability option, but after playing it for so long, I think it's just overused, especially with like pistol and knives. Plus, having just 2 abilities makes it more challenging, which I think makes the game a lot more fun in my opinion. I know there's also been a lot of debate on the whole merged kill and stun button issue. I'm personally leaning towards keeping it as a merged button. From experience, I know that when both my pursuer and my target are next to each other in AC3 and I mash the X button, I'll usually end up killing my target instead of stunning my pursuer when I have him locked. It's a totally flawed game mechanic, and I mean, sometimes I'll poison someone and when my pursuer's nearby and I'll mash X, I'll end up intercepting my own poison, which is really freaking dumb. On the other hand, I really didn't like having like a giant B button above my pursuer in ACR and ACB. Brotherhood also has a really crucial key component that I really liked compared to ACR and AC3, which was that you can't throw your smoke bomb, you can only just throw it down. I say that it is one of the things that I really hate about ACR and AC3, and I feel like not having the ability to throw your smoke bomb would balance it out a little more, hopefully. But that's just my opinion on smoke bomb, and that's why I prefer Brotherhood a little more right now than ACR and AC... well, not ACR, just AC3. Another aspect that I really don't like about AC3 is that you can change your ability set while you're still alive, rather than waiting to die or get stunned and Y or triangle out. I can completely understand why they threw it in, because I'll occasionally choose wrong set. But I mean, this just leads to a lot of problems, and I know that this feature is definitely one of the causes of the hack glitch, which again is another reason why I haven't been playing AC3 as much lately. I'm also liking how in Brotherhood there's absolutely no Animus hack whatsoever. I've only used Animus hack legitimately like once or twice, honestly. And I didn't find it to be as satisfying as I really thought it would be. But overall, I find Brotherhood and Revelations a little less rage-inducing compared to AC3. But that's about it. I know I just went on a complete ramble and rant about AC3 and why I've been playing ACB and ACR a little more often lately. And I just potentially listed my thoughts and points about what I want AC4's multiplayer to look like. And I really hope Ubisoft takes all of our opinions on the forums into consideration. But that's about all I have to say about this video, and again, this is my last commentary for probably a month or so. As for the uploads of the season games go, that's definitely not going to happen until June, since we're all taking a break until I come back on the first week of June. So, sorry to burst your bubbles, but that's about it, and that's all I have. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll hopefully catch you all in a month or so.